Alright, so after weeks and weeks of just not having any content, not knowing what to do, I finally figured out the peak, the highest quality of content I could possibly make. A tier list. Oh god, this is about the effort that I'm at. So hey, I've surprisingly have never actually made a tier list on the characters of RWBY. So now that volume 7 finished, we got a tier list. How fun, right? We're all gonna have a just fun and merry time, aren't we? So this does include characters from volume 7. There's a lot of them. I think first we need to rename these. Instead of S, A, B, C, and D, we need to rename these. For S, we've got actually good. The actually good characters. And underneath actually good, we have kinda good. You've got the actually good characters, and you got the kinda good characters. And I guess the next logical step is B. It's not exactly like, it's passing, but you know, you could strive for better. We go eh. The characters, you know, and aside from I guess that would go the wasted potential column. Did I fucking spell that right? Oh, for God's sake. The wasted potential column. We all know this column. The column for people that had a chance, but it just did not. The show fucked it. And you got the bad. That's as simple. The underneath bad is the worst. Hold on, I'm seeing a little too many characters. We need to add a row. The final column is the irrelevant characters. The characters that hold absolutely no purpose and are just too many on this list. All right, let me clean this list up. Let me get rid of all the irrelevant characters. I added the slot for a reason. Let me just irrelevant everyone. All right, I've cleaned up the irrelevant column. I got quite a few people. These are mainly just background characters. These are characters who don't do anything. Alright, now we can actually begin. I guess just starting with Yang. I don't know why she's at the front of this list. Yang goes in the bad column. Yang is bad. Yang is bad. She's the worst of Team RWBY. I don't know what to tell you. We're starting out with this one. We're starting out with the hot take. Yang is the worst. Yang has unironically, I think, ruined, including herself, every single character she comes into contact with. Doesn't matter. Name a single character Yang is remotely tied to in the story in any way, shape, or form. Yang has drugged them down as a character. Yang has ruined it. Yang is bad, including herself. For God's sake, I can't even with her. Vernal. She's kind of annoying. That's how I feel about Vernal. I don't think she's great. I don't think she was terrible. But, you know, she's pretty That's all I have to say about that one. You all know what happened. Zwei! Ow! Irrelevant. Zwei's irrelevant. Maybe I didn't put as many people into the irrelevant column as I thought. I'm seeing Fox, he's also irrelevant. For God's sake. Zwei, listen, I guess Zwei's a dog. Everyone loves dogs. Everyone loves cute little doggos. It hasn't done anything. Zwei is an irrelevant character. You remove him from the story, absolutely nothing changes. Merlot from the oh-so-great Grim Eclipse game. You know, honestly, I think Merlot's kinda good. Objectively speaking, it's a pretty bad game. I'm not gonna lie, it's not a good game. On the list of games that exist, I would not qualify Grim Eclipse as a good one. But Merlot does have unique motivation. He's like a scientist who's willing to, who experimented on Grim and is like pushing his experiments. It can't really go unmoral with experiments. I think Merlot's actually really good, has a really nice motivation, but is in a not great game where he's not really flushed out or anything. Hazel is also kinda good. I kinda like Hazel. His motivation is boring as all hell. He's like, I want revenge. Fee fi fo fum. Nora, where does Nora go? I'm not putting her good or kinda good. Nora to me is She sort of just rides that line of like, she could be good. She's not bad. She's like a little bit there with her backstory, being like a street rat and stuff like that. You know, there's something there. But You know, the show hasn't done anything with her. She's just Pyrrha. You know, in the beginning, she's actually good. In the beginning, I wasn't hot on Pyrrha. I wasn't like hot on her character, but as time has gone on, she has I think she's risen above the ranks because she did serve a purpose. Her goal was to be the invincible character, to be introduced as like, aside from like her like relationship and how she deals with like other human interactions, she was like perfect. She was the ideal student, and her purpose was to die, right? She was created to die. She was created to be this sort of example of a soldier who could fall, of her standard. Yatsuhashi, a couple of years ago he'd be in the irrelevant column, but now he's part of a book. He's got like kind of a neat backstory with his semblance. You know, he like wiped his parents' mind and that sort of haunted him. And I'll go with Yatsuhashi. You know, there's something there. It's not bad. It's not wasted. There's something there, but there's not much there. Oh, Winter. Oh, Winter. Oh my. Oh, I'll put you. I'm not even organizing this, but I'll put you ahead of Pyrrha. Maria, the Grim Reaper. Maria might be a bit of wasted potential, if I'm being honest. The Grim Reaper, the legendary, the notorious Grim Reaper. And she doesn't really do anything. Not saying she has to physically do anything, but despite being a Grim Reaper, she doesn't really like bestow knowledge or like train RWBY or like do anything. Kind of just got dragged along on their journey. She kind of just explained Silver Eyes, but aside from that, she didn't really do much. I'd say Maria's a bit of wasted potential. The gods. I think they're kind of boring. I'd say they're maybe wasted, but they bore. You know, there's two of them. There are two of them. They both go into the to wasted potential category. No, wasted potential sort of means like it's over. They're in the category. They could go either way. They could slip into wasted potential very easily. But right now, they're not exactly the best. Torchwick, made to die in Volume 1, little bit of a fan favorite, survived to Volume 3. I think Torchwick may go into a bit of the wasted potential category. He was never really designed to be like the best character, you know. They didn't like have like a story planned for him. I think they're really trying to make up for it in the modern day with Neo, but I'd put him in never mind. He gets moved from wasted potential to because he was never really planned to be something. Wasted potential means like there's something there and it just got ruined, or they just didn't do anything with it. With Torchwick, there was really nothing there, but now they're trying to add to it. Oscar. Oscar's kind of good. I like Oscar. I wasn't hot. I think I was always like, I always kind of appreciated Oscar, but I think he solidified kind of good in Volume 7. Somewhere between kind of good and actually good. You know what? Screw it. I'll put Oscar at actually good. I think Volume 7 made Oscar actually good. Neo. I'll place Neo at kinda good, but that's a very wary kind of good. Like, if she wasn't glued to Cinder, I think she'd be kinda good. But she's glued to Cinder, and she's really dragging her down in terms of, like, her motivation, and just random junk like that. She's kinda good. Sun Wukong. He's kinda good. I've always liked Sun. He's never been the deepest character. He's sort of just, like, the embodiment of, like, the right, like, a supportive, like, friend. Like, hey, I'm there for you. You need someone? I'm there. I'll back you up. That's Sun. Jin. Jin, oh, for God's sake, she's not much of a character, though. You can only ask her 3 questions, so it's not like she's in the story that often. Jin's kinda Her personality's not exactly leaping off the page. Jacques. Jacques' wasted potential. After Volume 7, Jacques was definitely wasted potential. He like monopolized like an element of the planet. He's pretty wasted potential. Didn't really do anything with the Schnee family. Nothing really happened with the Dust Company. He kind of just got arrested. Amber is irrelevant. She was in a coma for 90% of her screen time. Ironwood. Oh, the Chad. The absolute Giga Chad. Actually good. The best actually good of them all. Sienna Khan. Wasted potential. Wasted potential from Sienna. Sienna was meant to be like the halfway point between Gira and Adam. Gira's like, oh, peace, like pacifism or whatever. Adam's like murder, overthrow government. Sienna was meant to be like a halfway point, and like she's like, technically I guess she was, but she was just murdered. Like she appeared on screen and then she was murdered. I don't know what to tell you. She was wasted. Leo goes into the category. Velvet. I'm gonna struggle with team what's their face, Team Coffee, because they had the book and I don't really remember anything about it. But Velvet and Yatsuhashi were a bit like close in the book, so I don't really think there was anything too great. Blake. I placed Blake in the kinda good category. I know for a while people like didn't like her and they were like, they really hated her story, but I appreciate that they kind of tried with her story. The whole Faunus thing for as absolutely no discrimination that goes on in Remnant, right? Like if you exclude that, if you exclude the fact that there's no discrimination in Remnant, right? At least they tried something with her story. They like kind of developed her. They took way too long to do it, but you know, I appreciate that it kind of went somewhere with it, even though it wasn't the best. But it's as the slot implies, kind of good. Ren. I feel as though there would have been a time where Ren went into like the kind of good to actually good column, but I think Ren goes into the like volume 4 almost bumps him into like the kind of good, but I think he's still like very much like a side character. Volume 4 almost does it with his backstory, but aside from that, I mean, it came to a resolution. Wasn't like the best resolution. Glinda. Not much to say about her. What's this guy's name? I forget what Ozpin's name was back in the past. I forget what his name was, for God's sake. Ozma. For God's sake, I have to Google that. Very noble, very standard. Is Ozpin on this list? Ozpin is on this list. You got Ozpin and Ozma. They're both the same person. You know, I'll say Ozma's kind of good. Ozpin. I've developed a grudge about Ozpin over time, but that was mainly during a point where everyone was praising Ozpin, saying how good he was, saying how he could do no wrong, and so I worked to very much muddy his name and drag it through the mud. But now everyone's dragging his name through the mud, so now I kind of like Ozpin again. I'm gonna say Ozpin's kind of good. How dare you all agree with the exact thing I was doing. Raven. Oh my gosh, that's fucking wasted potential right there if I've ever seen it. That's wasted potential right there. I don't know what to tell you. Raven and Adam, two of the biggest wasted characters I've ever seen in this show. Spend 5 years building up the why did Raven leave Yang? And then at the end of the day, it's just like, who cares? Yeah, who cares? We don't actually need an answer to that question. Coco. I think all of Team Coffee just go into the category. I know, I'll put Coco in kind of good. Screw it. Ilya, bad. Ilya was a bad character. I don't know what to tell you. She served absolutely no purpose. Tyrion, I've never been a fan of Tyrion. He's kind of just crazy for the sake of crazy. He's not exactly the best. I think Tyrion is He's alright. He's not the worst villain. Weiss is actually good. I feel as though this show has been putting her a little too much on Team RWBY's side, not allowing her to be her own character, but you know. Neptune's bad. Neptune's a bad character. I don't like Neptune. Penny is Penny's alright. There's something there, but I don't think she's kind of good in any way. She's exactly like RWBY. Oh my, I forgot Kali had a chance to be on this list. There we go. The only proper slot for Kali. SMOKIN! Jean Arc. Let me think about him. I think Pyrrha might have been the only good member of Team Juniper. Jean, I think this is for all of Team Juniper. They just go into the because their impact on the story has always just been Volume 7, what did they do? Nothing. They just kind of They kind of just exist. Crow's kind of good. I wouldn't say he's actually good, but he's kind of good. He's up there. He can do better. Tai Yang, I think Tai Yang is kind of good. I think Tai Yang sort of is like a good dad. That's sort of his role. Be a little bit of a beta compared to Ironwood, but you know, who isn't? Emerald, I think Emerald kind of good. No. Yeah. No. Yeah. Her and Mercury. Is Mercury on this list? Yeah, he is. I think her and Mercury, there's something there with them. That's interesting. It's intriguing. Their dynamic is good, but they're not actually good characters just yet. Cordovan, bad. Bad character Cordovan was. Cinder, bad. Bad character Cinder was. Gira, I think Gira's kind of good, actually. I think he stands for something. He's got a voice made for giving speeches. Summer Rose, right now is just wasted potential. Summer Rose, 7 years. 7 years. What do we know about Summer? She's Ruby's mom and she has silver eyes. Absolutely nothing has changed about that for 7 years. We knew that almost since the beginning. For God's sake. Watts, I wouldn't say Watts is bad. I wasn't the best. Watts is eh. Ruby, eh. She's the main character. She hasn't really done anything. She's not exactly wooing me with her personality. Salem right now is kind of good. She lacks an actual motivation in terms of the audience. No one knows what she's doing. She wants to get to the relics, and everyone assumes she just wants to destroy the world. But the world destruction comes as a side effect of her getting the relics, because once she gets the relics, the gods are going to come down and judge humanity, realizing they aren't redeemable, and she's just going to destroy the world. Her motivation may not be to directly destroy the world. Just saying. Just saying. Port? Now this Port is kinda good. Unlike Oobleck, Port had kind of a role in the After the Fall book, and he was like, it really emitted the aura of a hunter. He stared at a Goliath and was like, damn, I want to kill that. That's Port. That is the essence of what Port is. Port's kind of good. Whitley, oh my god. Whitley right now, as much as I would want to put him in the actually good to SMOKIN column, he's kinda good. Because they can really still fuck it up. What's this woman's face from the book? Carmine, right? That's her name, Carmine? I don't remember anything about her. I really don't remember anything about her from the book. If I don't remember her being distinctively annoying or a bad character, actually, she might have been wasted potential. I've actually forgotten pretty much everything that happens in the book. But I don't remember being that annoyed by her existence, so right now she goes eh. We got all of the Aesops. Hey, I'll make this easy for you. Clover, Elm, Harriet, Marrow, and what's this guy's name? Wasted potential. All of the Aesops. Wasted potential. Every single one of them wasted. They didn't do it. The best Atlas had to offer, they said. Embarrassing. This is what the show did to these characters. It's embarrassing. Hold on. Elm? SMOKIN. You don't just get muscles like those. Robin? I think Robin was pretty standard. There's my list. Irrelevant. Can I delete this and everyone that's in it? There's my list. There's the only actual list. The 2 SMOKIN characters, the actually good characters, the kind of good. A lot of people are eh. There's a lot of wasted potential. And some bad ones. You wanna know how things stand? This is the list. This is how it is. Anyway, so I'm out of ideas for videos again. Maybe there's a red versus blue one. Maybe I could do a red versus blue one. I don't know. Any video ideas, quite honestly. If you have a video idea, be sure to let me know in the comments. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. This is a bit of just a random video as I finish whatever videos that I'm working on. I'm working on one video, but that's going to take like a month to get done. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. In the meantime, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that junk that YouTubers say. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.